Do you know how much blood you can lose from being slashed in the prostate? A lot. So, are they like this? Like, do you have a gun for a titty?
0 cents.
It would be game over. How does that make sense?
That's the point. That's the point, doesn't it?
So things that don't make sense in video games. As a doctor, health packs. For instance, when you're going to, I don't know whether, was it in Overwatch or whatever? Anyway, these are games where you go and see, oh wow, there's a health pack and it's a whole first aid kit. And then it's like you've eaten the health pack and then you're back to full health. Excuse me, you've been scratched and now to put a bandage. And now to put an ointment, not a whole health pack and eating it and wow, back to full health.
You have a broken arm. You know what?
You have a broken arm. Kunywa antibiotic.
Falls off a hung like that.
Yeah, for me, that's the one thing that just never made sense.
The first thing is movement. I'm gonna start with a double jump. Double jump, like you jump on the air. Or like if you're jumping from a ledge and you're on the air, you're like, you know what? Gravity, no, and let's jump again. So that's like the first thing.
All right, have you guys ever thought about the concept of the backpack in a video game? Like, you imagine you're some guy in GTA corner and you have about 15 to 20 guns on you and you just keep on pulling them from some abyss, some space from nowhere. Like, the concept of backpacks in video games makes absolutely no sense. Like, for real.
Stuff that makes no sense in video games is that it actually happened quite recently. One of my streams is it's Last of Us. You're crouching, like you're trying to be stealth, and you have, let's say, Ellie who's following you around. You're trying not to get seen by this watchman, but Ellie is out here pigging laps. Yeah, you can't see me. Yeah, fine.
So cruel. Oh my God.
Yeah, so exactly, no sense.
So for guys who played Black Desert, there's this mechanic they have. So let's say, for example, you're being a lumberjack, right? So like you'll actually cut down the trees, but the thing is you'll only deplete the resource. So like the actual pixels still stay in game. So like you could actually go through a whole forest, you've cut down every single tree by just seeing them there. So they're like, wait, Mimedu? I kid you not. Like there's one time I actually did it and then I got so confused because it's like, wait, this thing just takes like a few seconds to reload, right? Right? Nah, it doesn't. It takes a few hours.
Why is the inventory so far away? I have to climb a mountain, cross a river to go to where everything is stashed each time. Like, because sometimes the bag you have is so full, so you have to go to the chest that is like miles away. Resident Evil. We'll begin with that. I have beef. Resident Evil. You have to walk so far. Cause like, and then you only have like a limited amount in your backpack, so you gotta like go all the way back to where your box is, which is probably like a different building, and there was a boss there that you're almost done. Now you're like, I have to. And then, in as much as I don't play first-person shooters, I have to agree. Okay, but that was versus thing that made sense. For me, it doesn't make sense. You're playing an FPS, and the gun is just here, and for you to turn, your whole body turns. That makes sense. Your head can also turn. Why is the gun also turning with you?
This so actually makes sense. Oh my God.
The model of first-person shooters in third person. We have to see how.
We must see.
You can. If you're playing Valorant, you can see the model.
So, are they like this? Like, do you have a gun for a titty?
Not chainsaw gun or something like that. You guys don't stick on a
X-rays
They don't.
in Mortal Kombat.
kuna daktari kuprove.
I am the daktari.
Make it make sense. Why would someone have their skull broken, ribs fractured, and a few questionable parts being done some questionable things?
They should be dead.
Exactly, and just still like, I don't know, walk it off, because that's
Hata hakuna damu. There's no whatever. There's no blood.
The-
Hakuna blood.
The most usually just is just like, you know, the whole snapping effect and
Just shake it off, eh?
hey,
Shake it off with
I
love.
should tell my patients
Johnny
that.
Cage does the thing, and then you're just there like,
Even Kitana, doesn't Kitana do the thing with the fans?
Kitana slices you up open in the front from the middle.
Melina stabs
Do you know-
your eyes.
Do you know how much blood you can lose from being slashed in the prostate? A lot. A lot.
Imagine as well.
At least one.
We would like to imagine that long.
I would have liked to imagine it.
Neither would I, but yes, makes absolutely zero sense.
It would be game over.
Nice.
The next thing that don't make sense in game, and this is like very niche, strafing. Explain to me strafing. Like why? Like if you look at how guys move in the military, that strafing thing, you should see the way it's so annoying. Like
Another thing you have to think about is crafting times in video games. Like, yeah, here, I brought you this rock. All right, I need 15 seconds. Here's your sword. Like, it makes no freaking sense, by the way. True. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And I think I'll leave it at that.
Another thing is, this is from The Last of Us. This scene in the game where he uses a broken scissors when he has a knife to shave someone. And I'm just like,
And they break.
and I'm just like, you have a knife. Like, there's a knife right there. Why did you have to go pick a broken? Like, it was easier to just pull it out than go all the way out there and pick up any.
crouching in games, and this is very specific. This is very specific to how people crouch when they're shooting. Like, you're moving like this, like literally. And then when you're playing Valorant, it's so pissing off. So you're playing Valorant, you're shooting someone, decides, you know what? Bullets miss my head. Let me crouch in the middle of a gunfight. What? Like what? That really doesn't make sense in games.
Another one is this part has never made sense in those shooting games. When you're throwing a grenade, why shout grenade? Because to me it feels like you're warning the other team as well. Because they also hear it. It has. I know. Because it always pisses me off. Because each time I throw a grenade, the guy shouts grenade, and then those people duck, and I'm like, why?
Yeah. No. Don't.
Actually,
Don't.
So something that error 4. What?